Hey everybody, I want to show you a modern GitHub workflow. This is what I use. So this is a real application that I'm working on, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to a project that I set up, which is just kind of like Kanban boards, or Kanban, not sure how you say it. And I have two projects here. We're going to work with V1, which is just anything that has to do with getting this thing launched. So I have a new issue right here that I want to work on. And actually, to show you how you can even use this is if I click, or actually, you don't, we have one right here, but clicking on this adds a new note, and it'll add a note by default, but you can easily go in here and do convert to issue. And I can actually go in and, for example, I can assign it to myself. I can give it a label, which is pretty cool. You can also just go into issues right here and make a new issue. They're both pretty much, it's just two ways to do the same thing. I kind of like doing it in this project style, but that's just personal preference. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and assign this to myself, and I'm going to drag it into the in progress board right here. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go back to the code, and I'm going to make a new branch off of master, and I'm just going to call this sample CSV. And note that I'm making it off of master. You could choose to have this branch off a different branch. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to go to my code editor, and I should be able to run git fetch, and it should recognize the new branch it has created. So I'll do git checkout sample CSV, git pull, and git branch just to make sure I'm on it. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this right now and push this up, and then I'll show you how I can create a pull request for this and automatically close the issue. Okay, so I made the change that I needed to make, and I made a commit. You can see that right here. So right there, I'm on the sample CSV branch. So I'm going to go ahead and push this up to GitHub. And if I go to GitHub, I can see that the new branch is ready to be compared and make a pull request. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and you can change the description or like the title of the pull request. I'm going to keep it like this because that's what I was working on. And you can also change the branch that you're going to merge into. In my case, I do want to merge into master. And a cool thing that you can do here is you can actually use closing keywords to associate the pull request with an issue. And in our case, that's the issue that we just opened up. So if I scroll down here, if you do closes and then the name of the issue, you can automatically reference it. And what I mean by that is, if I go back to my project, this is the issue we opened up earlier, and it's number 58. So if I go here and I do closes, and I can either type in 58, or I can just do CSV, and it'll find it. And if I go ahead and click create pull request, it should automatically associate this pull request with the issue, and it did, which is really cool. So we're gonna wait for my test suite and continuous integration to pass, but when this passes, I can merge this, and it will automatically move this issue from in progress to done. Okay, all the checks have passed. This is great. So now I can go ahead and squash and merge this. I also could do a merge commit or rebase. I like to do squash and merge just because it puts everything into one commit. And in this case, I think it only had one commit. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. I'll leave the title the same. I'll keep this here, and I'll go ahead and click confirm. And now, because this was successfully merged, I can go ahead and safely delete this branch. If for whatever reason I need to restore it, I can easily do that right here. And the cool thing is, since I linked this pull request with the issue I created earlier, if I go into my project, you can see that it automatically was added to the done column. And I believe that is controlled with manage automation. So let's see here. If I go to done, click over this, manage automation. So anytime an issue is closed, it'll automatically be placed into this column. So you can control how that works. If you go into projects and do new project, you can actually, I usually do automated Kanban, and that's what allows me to automatically add a closed issue into the done column. But you can do a lot more than just that. But this is how I use GitHub, in particular their projects, to handle pull requests and issues.